So thanks for joining us. So she's a Nigerian journalist, pharmacist, a social media personality. She's also known as the online snitch lady and the editor of the HNN Africa, a world and health news blogger. Welcome, Kemi Olulunyo to the show. She will be enlightening us on the state of our Nigerian prisons and other issues concerning her. Obviously, you have so many drama going on with you.
Yes,
you just recently got released from prison after, I think, 81 days or 90 days in prison.
3 times.
3 times
81,
last year.
26 hours in 90 days.
Now, before even get into the experience in the prison,
6 months total.
the pastor that got you into prison somehow is now your spiritual father.
Yes.
And a lot of people are confused and what happened? Who exactly was the devil or the demon or the principality that got you to cook up those allegations against him, and then now you're rescinding on those and saying that, oh, sorry, it was all lies.
This is my chance to actually tell everybody the real story. First of all, Mariah, I've done a lot of investigative journalism in Nigeria. I've done stories about Itisalat, I've done stories about celebrities, I've done stories about several pastors. Adeboye, Oyedepo, everything. Every single pastor story I did was correct. When I said they were doing drugs in Redeem, 4 years later, Adeboye started a rehab center. Everything was right. So this person, I don't know who he was. I get inbox tips. As a journalist, when you get tips, you are supposed to investigate the tip. Now, many people just saw the front page, the name of the actress and the name of the pastor. On top of that post, people didn't notice I said, I just received this from Salvation Ministry member asking me to investigate. If you're a member, if you know about it, call me. That's all I posted, and there were 14 officers surrounding my house with AK-47s. Basically, they arrested me because I was attempting to investigate a news tip. That was why. And they told me that they're just going to interview me at CID on a non-criminal matter. I followed them. And then they told my mother to go to the police headquarters at LALA and I will meet them there. They took me on. I just saw welcome to Ijebu-Ode, welcome to Edo State. They were just driving me on and on until we got to Owerri. They said, I'm under arrest, I'm going to Port Harcourt. They took me without my family's knowledge. Now, that letter was 8 pages. Nigeria is knowing now on your show exclusively for the first time. It was an 8-page letter, actually the second time because it was on the testimony. It was an 8-page letter that I was going to present in the defense. It's a very dangerous letter. The contents of that letter was very bad. It could bring down a church. It was scandalous. The only people that have the copy is myself, a very big politician in River State, as well as Pastor Ibiomi. He has it, and his wife. Somebody sent that 8-page letter to me. So when they arrested me, I said, there's an element of truth here. They want to shut me down. So I went in. I went to court twice. Magistrate did not give me bail. They finally gave me 200,000 naira bail. And then they took me to Federal High Court. And when I got to Federal High Court, the bail was 1 million. They didn't give me at first, but they gave me finally. 1 million with several bail conditions. I cannot write about Ibiomi. I cannot travel out of the country. They seized my passport. My passport is still seized. The federal government seized my passport. They haven't released that. I'm appealing to you, please. I want to see my kids. I want to travel out. I lost a lot of work, assignments, everything. And they also told me to sign 2 affidavits that I wouldn't jump bail, blah, blah.
Let me pause you for a second because there's a lot we want to get from you. So we agree you're in prison, but give us that link between the pastor getting you in prison, and then you getting to church, and now him bringing you, giving you
so let me fast forward it real quick. So when I got the bail, I made bail, I came out, and, 5 days after I got out, they told me I didn't perfect the magistrate. I thought we're now in federal court, so they arrested me again. So I went in for 26 hours. The fans raised 100,000 for me, and I got that bail, and I went home. And then I was out, very, very sick, typhoid, malaria, everything. And I didn't go to court in July, but there were 2 letters, one for federal, one for magistrate. I gave it to the lawyer, and the lawyer is supposed to give it to the judge. For some reason, he gave it to one judge and not the other, so they rearrested me, bench warrant, in October, when I went for the federal hearing. So I ended up 90 days there. And when that 90 days, people are saying Kemi can't make her bail. You guys don't know what's going on. You have to know how the system works. And I'm very glad I went to prison in Nigeria because I've been detained before in Canada, and I've been detained in America. Some people don't know this. I was detained in America when somebody sexually abused my child. And I criticized the judge and they detained me. So I know the prison system. But at the end of the day, okay, they told me I have a new bail. I fought the police, it was life. 150.
I want to get to
let me go with the pastor. I'm getting there now.
Has a new relationship with you.
Yeah,
and,
let me go to it now. But there's something you have to hear before I get there. So by the time, I was sitting in prison for 90 days the last time because there was no surety. That's why I was there. A surety. They wanted a River State civil servant level 24. So it was very hard. And I thought, they're making this surety hard so I don't, come out. When I came out on January 9th, I went to the hotel and I was suffering from depression and anxiety. You guys carried it and all that. So the doctor said I should do outdoor therapy. Go out every day, just go to places and all that. So I'll dress up, go out. I'm street smart. And I'll go to the Catholic Church, St. Mary's, to go and pray at 3 o'clock. One day I decided I'm not going to St. Mary. One part of my brain said, go to Salvation Ministry. I walked into Salvation Ministry and I worshiped with them. If you're new here, stand up. I didn't stand up. But after, I walked into the pastor's office and I said, I want to see Pastor Ebiomi. I'm American. I just came for the 5 Nights of Glory. I'm a little bit early, but I'd like to see him. And they say, oh, yeah, the accent. I walked into the room. Pastor Ebiomi was standing there with 5 people. They were actually pastors and lawyers, pastors and businessmen, but 2 of them were the lawyers prosecuting me. And I went straight to him. Pastor Ebiomi, you're the one that locked me up for 6 months. Bless me now and vindicate me. He just held my hands. Give me your hands. He just held my hands. I knelt down in front of him, closed my eyes, and I was seeing angels passing. When he held my hands, the migraine and the asthma I was having just vanished. He prayed for me in his office and he said, Kemi, I've already forgiven you. Do you want to give your life to Christ? I said, I already did in the prison, but I'll do it again with you. This is a genuine man of God. This guy has spiritual powers that can only be given to you by one person,
Kemi,
God.
Right. Did you investigate the 8-page letter to you and find out that it was false?
To investigate the 8-page letter, you have to put it out as a news tip asking for witnesses. I didn't get the chance. They arrested me.
So there's a possibility that it's true.
It may be true.
There's a possibility it's true, but IGP killed it right there. I was arrested.
Can I ask this question?
It would have been argued in court,
Right.
but I didn't get the chance.
Can I ask this question?
Go ahead,
because
Yenny.
this is defamation. And
criminal defamation.
How did it become criminal defamation? Because it's not a government
official.
Okay. It's a
private person.
Private person.
Now let me explain to you.
Nima is a lawyer.
Yeah.
Please, can you enlighten me?
No, let Kemi go on.
Nima is right to let me go on that. As a journalist, defamation is civil, where I got trained in America.
Yes.
It's civil around the
I want
world.
to understand.
Yes.
Only dictatorships have it as criminal. In 2013, the Nigerian police added criminal defamation to their code without telling anybody. They slipped it in. So I didn't know. Someone called me from Salvation Ministry and said, oh, leave man of God alone, we'll sue you. I said, sue now. I didn't know it was criminal. So they slipped it in. I want to meet with the IG on this because I don't want it to happen again to another journalist.
Point take, yes.
Okay, and there are several other controversies surrounding you, but before I go into your person, would like to really know about the prisons. They say that they feed prisoners with 14,000 naira daily.
That's a lie.
Secondly, Boko Haram suspects were released recently, and there was a 15-year-old girl that had a 3-month baby. Do men sleep with women in the prisons? How did that girl get pregnant?
Let me explain it to you. In prison, the female wing of Port Harcourt prison has all kinds of people there. Everywhere in Port Harcourt prison. Port Harcourt prison was built in 1918 and it has
Unfortunately, I have to pause you.
Yeah.
Go on a quick break. When we come, I know this is really pretty juicy. So we'll have enough time to talk about it.
Okay.
Let's take a break. We'll be right back.
Sure.
Stay tuned. Your View will be right back. Welcome back to Your
Right. Thanks for staying with us. So you are answering Jumoke's question because of prisons.
Okay, in the prisons we have all kinds of inmates, all kinds of nationalities. A maximum prison, okay, meant for 800 people, built in 1918. The prison is 100 years old and we have over 5,000.
How did a 15-year-old girl get pregnant?
She must have brought the pregnancy inside the prison.
No, she was there for 3 years.
No, but hold on. The pregnancies in Port Harcourt, what prison was this?
I don't know.
Okay, Port Harcourt maximum prison. If you're pregnant, you came in with a pregnancy, or you came in with the Bele case, the 10 people that have Bele that want to sell their baby and their madam, they bring them in groups. Or you came in with your baby. That's how we have babies in the prison. The Bele case is when they have labor, they go and have the baby, they bring them back the same day, and we lie them down. The Boko Haram one, that has to be investigated. I don't know how that would have happened.
All right,
Okay.
I have a concern because I understand the kind of defamation that you had to face to be completely civil. It is between you and a private citizen.
Yeah.
Yes.
Do you understand? So it makes me think, you retracted your accusation and
Statements.
stopped your investigation probably because someone paid or something.
No, I was
Were
not
you
paid. I was not paid. I have not received any money whatsoever from Pastor Ibiomi or anybody whatsoever.
But they've broken you.
Huh?
They've broken you.
When you say
Yes.
broken,
The reason I say broken is because you have like gone inside your shell.
courageous
Because this is, for me, I think it's an illegal arrest.
Yes.
And
And your
you are now,
lawyers
you're
should
not,
have
you're
followed
not
up with this.
investigating, you're just cool.
Accepting.
You're accepting. But really, I think Nigerians should stand up for you and fight because this is not right. It's wrongful incarceration.
I want to reply.
Before you
Yenny.
respond,
Yeah.
the people who were accusing you of being paid also said you faked the church thing just so that let them just let me go. I'm tired. Is that true?
90 days.
Let me, 6 months. Let me answer Yenny first. Yenny, you're right. They broke me. My accountant in New York added all the jobs I would have got, ads, revenues, wages, and assignments all over the world. And he came up with $9 million that I lost. That's almost 5 billion naira. I have no money, I'm broke. I was asking my fans to contribute for my medical, thing. I asked for 5 million and the fans contributed about 1 million. And why I didn't get the 5 million had to do with the real fans who now turned back and said, you went to succumb to them, blah, blah, blah. We're not donating anything to you. Now, on the broken part, yeah, I do not investigate anything anymore. After this case, people were coming, Kemi, please investigate. I'm no longer an investigative journalist in this country. It just makes this country worse because investigative journalism is not about fear, it's about money. I was doing this stuff out of my own pocket, investigating things. However, now I'm an opinion journalist. I just tell my opinion. I can no longer investigate on Nigerian soil. It is bad for Nigeria, it's a loss. She's right about that. And your question was?
That
I just went to do the testimony and all that.
so that they just leave you alone.
After he
Held
prayed
your
for
hand.
me, and my asthma and my migraine vanished, and I haven't had it for 2 years. I said 2 years, 2 months. I now said, please, can I do a testimony? He paused. He froze when I was talking to him. He said, yeah, you can. We'll do it tomorrow. I'll write out what I want to say, and I'll give it to you. I wrote it, and I gave it to Ibiomi, and Ibiomi read it. And then somebody went to type it up. They gave it to me. But what was on the paper you see on that podium, I actually diverted away from it. If you guys remember the testimony, I just said, Mommy. That's what they call PCBiomi, the wife. When I said Mommy, you notice that place was edited out. The people in Salvation Ministry were screaming, leave her, leave her. The guy with the testimony thing, we're not allowed to go down. I just went, I did it.
They're afraid of the
They
real
don't
you.
know what I'm going to do, but they were happy.
People say that you're mentally unstable.
They say that because all of us are mentally unstable in Nigeria. We all
5
have
minutes
mental
a day.
problems.
5 minutes a
Everybody.
day.
But they say that you're hallucinating, that you have
No,
you
I
have an
don't.
illness.
Nigerians on Nigerian soil say I hallucinate, I'm mental, I use drugs, I do this because they don't like the truth. The truth is bitter, okay? I grew up in America, Canada, and UK, 38 years abroad. You guys need to know what's going on in this country and what's going on in those countries. Kids over there are entering schools and shooting 15 at a time in school.
Yes.
People are going to work angry and shooting up. I have 2 children, 31 and 27, over there. Never been here before. My 18-year-old is in Ibadan. The ones over there, the first thing I do in the morning is to pray for them because someone will come to the job and kill them. I'm not hallucinating. I'm teaching you that Nigerians are the most intelligent in the world. But our people are smart, but sometimes not intelligent.
Okay.
I don't use drugs. I don't abuse them.
I'd
None of
like
that.
to read what a fan of yours said to you. Her name is Phoenix. She said, bye, Kemi. I am done with you. They broke you. I'm always in support of whatever you do, but you crossed the line with this. What happened to you when you were incarcerated? She was talking about you coming out and going to the same church
Okay, and I replied that fan. I remember this tweet. I said, listen, don't take Panadol for my headache. Were you in the prison? Did you feed me? The Niger Delta Avengers were feeding me in prison, and the militants. Okay, they had the most money. Don't take Panadol for my headache. Right. This is what happened. We're not donating to you, blah, blah, blah.
Okay, we need to go back to the prison experience.
Yeah. I enjoyed prison.
Yeah, so you mentioned that. So tell us how, because they tell us they spend about 14,000 naira
a day.
It's a lie. When that tweet came,
what did you get fed? Where do you sleep? You say you worked on water.
Let me take the Dambaza's quote. When he was representing the vice president there, he said, the capacity of the prison now is overwhelmed. He said it's a 800 capacity and now housing over 5,000 people.
Yes.
What is the state of, what's the state of welfare for each prisoner in a Port Harcourt prison?
Let me tell you that now. I am appealing to you, Abdulrahman Dambausa. I like that minister. Let me work with you and let us go inside Port Harcourt prison together. It is a bad situation in there. It is just bad. This prison was designed for 800 people in 1980. There's over 5,000. When I left, the board said 41, 75 women, 4,000. Our men are dying. Our children are dying. There is no food on the men's side. What is going on is that the 14,000 thing, I was out on bail and I responded to him. Right. It's not 14,000, okay? If I eat one of the fast food companies around 3 times a day, 3,000, fried rice and chicken, 333 is 9. How come prison 14,000? It's more like 300 naira. We eat beans in the morning. We don't eat it. Let me just tell you what comes. Beans, okay? Shaft, here, corn, every nails inside it, uncooked, half cooked. Afternoon rice with shaft, dirt, everything. Evening, they bring Gary. The Gary smells of urine, okay? It smells of urine. And because the place where they pack the guys pee in the back of the shed, so all the Gary smells of urine. And the girls in cell 2, we're cell 1, the big girls, EFCC, journalists, murderers have been convicted. Cell 1 has a supermarket. They come and buy from us. Anything you want is there. The big girls have money. Money in prison is 5,000 a month. I used to carry 30,000, 40,000. I had people visiting me the first time, even though the last time I didn't have much. But I have the opportunity to call a wardress. Mary, come here. Here's the list. Go to Spa. Go to this. Come back with everything. She'll bring salad, bama, everything I want. But the girls in the cell too, they have to eat that Gary. They smell urine as they're eating it. They are our house girls. Cell 2 girls are our house girls. They're the ones that cook for us, that do everything for us. Right. They do not give us meat, chicken, or any kind of stew. They just put the rice, beans, and Gary. So you will use your money to buy all the rest of the stuff that you eat with. Our money has to buy the food stuff at the welfare place. Food stuff. I don't even
medicals. Do you have medicals? Do you have doctors? You start by someone checking BP, someone making sure that people
the prison has a very good health system in Port Harcourt prison. If there's anything, all this will come out in my book. We can't do it all on this show. Right. But in the prison, I have to commend the medical staff. Dr. Wakama, a very distinguished doctor, runs the medical section of the prison. The infirmary has drugs. I always joke that, prison has more drugs than your pharmacy. However, the drugs are coming from the NGO. There was one drug missing. It was the inhaler and the asthma drugs. I almost died one day when I walked to the door of the prison. I said, I'm leaving now. I did not have an inhaler. And the Catholic Church buys the inhaler for the prison. I screamed and yelled and had to call journalists over the phone. We get phone calls, 1 to 3, and the journalist would tell what I want to say out. And now we have asthma drugs in the prison because I was there. Many things changed in Port Harcourt prison.
Tell us about Chidima.
Before I was there.
Chidima, yes, in prison.
Shout out to you, Chidima. She's watching in Port Harcourt. Chidima was my prison daughter. A 24-year-old mother of 2 with a husband. She bought a phone, used phone. Please don't buy used phones. She bought a phone that they hawking, and after buying the phone, they discovered that the phone belonged to one of the boys, the brothers that were killed in Rumokuta, the beheaded cultists. And they charged her with murder because she was holding that phone. They brought her to the prison after 4 months in CID, IGP monitoring unit. That's one of the reasons I want to go see Idris in Abuja. Because of that thing, I fought for Chidima. And I was calling journalists from the prison to put her in the punch and everything because it's a problem. Chidima is ready to say her story and everything. But by the time I was done, on the day they discharged my case, and real quick, after I went to BOME and everything, what happened next was I had a court date on January 22nd. To my surprise, the charges were withdrawn. And on that day, Chidima was me.
Now,
you had given them what they wanted.
So basically, I just told him, but at the end of the day, look, the same person prosecuting us.
Okay.
was the same person prosecuting Chidima. And Chidima's case was actually dropped when she went to court 2 weeks after. The judge discharged her.
Fantastic.
Possession of stolen property, and they couldn't prove it, and she was discharged. She's going to be my PA when I walk now. Yeah.
Let's go on a quick break. When we come back, we'll go to the audience. Stay with us, we'll be right back. And take some tips.
Stay tuned. Your View will be right back. Welcome back to Your View.
So, it's been an explosive interview so far. We're going to go to the audience right now. So let's start with the gentleman with the cap on his head. Go ahead.
Kemi, I'm moved to tears with your comment about Nigerian prisons. I'm doing my PhD research work on prisons. I've discovered that I'm writing on something on decongesting the prisons, a lot of awaiting trials, and we don't have this parole and probation period in the Nigerian system. So I want us to meet after and probably talk about it, please.
Fantastic.
Thank you very much.
Thank you very much.
Yeah.
Can
We need that. We
can
need a parole
Can we have
system.
somebody else,
We need
please? Another
juries in the
comment?
courts.
Go ahead.
Ma, do you still worship with Salvation Ministries?
Yes, every Sunday online.
If yes is the answer, is the pastor, Ibiyomi, is he aware you are here today?
Oh, yeah. He's aware. He's
Okay,
aware
so
that
he's
he's
watching.
watching.
So he's watching. Okay,
Yeah.
all right.
Okay.
So,
Next comment.
All right, I'm a bit confused about your case and the pastor's case. I want to liken it to the case of Saul in the Bible, who was persecuting the people and then became the same person who is giving out the word of God to them. So your persecutor now becomes the one that had given you salvation if I actually got you well. I'm a bit confused. Or is it that there is a threat from somewhere trying to tell you to pipe low on that case, and so
No,
you give?
let me give you a quick short answer on that. When I was in Ibiyomi's office, the second time I went to meet him, Kemi, I said, they're all castigating me. They're calling me. They said, you paid me. I was crying. Ibiyomi said, Kemi, this is how he does it. Think about Saul and Paul, how Saul became Paul. He said it with his own mouth, you know?
Okay.
You know, 2 Timothy.
Cool.
He said
All right.
it.
Go ahead.
It's like that. You
Now
know?
that you're out of prison, how do you intend to help the children in the prison, those that their mothers don't even get to feed well? And you said that children's in the prison. So I want to know how you...
Okay, let me build on that question.
With her mouth, because she said she doesn't have
We
money.
were talking in the makeup room and you were telling me about... telling me about the cartel, you know, sale of babies in the prisons. Can you expatiate on how it happens and what's the network system?
In Southeast Nigeria, this is not a tribal thing. In Southeast and South Nigeria, there's no money. There's no money anywhere. People do anything to make money, ritualists, whatever. You get pregnant, okay? The madam will carry all these pregnant girls and they'll promise you money. 1.2 million, okay? Love is my friend. She's the madam in the prison now. She's come 2 or 3 times, so we see each other a lot. 1.2 million for the babies. Love gives the girls 200,000. She keeps 1 million. And what happens is, you know, she's really rich. She has a really nice traditional wedding. She has money because of the 1.2.2.
So she deals in
that.
trafficking of babies and making money.
It's a capital crime and a legal thing.
But such an illegal thing thrives in the prisons, in the public facility.
Yeah, Ngozi is there. Ngozi is pregnant, okay? She has 3 kids, 13, 7, and the pregnancy. She sold the 13 and 7-year-old. And her husband is alive. She told the judge her husband is dead. And her Ngozi said it's for her boyfriend on the men's side. She cooks and gives him food on the men's side. But at the end of the day, Ngozi was trying to sell the baby in her stomach to somebody out, telling that person, telling that person, when I go to the hospital, come and carry the baby and I'll say you're a relative. She wants to do wholesale, like one of your stories here on the paper.
Sell directly.
We can't go too much. Let's take one more comment. Go ahead,
go to the prison. I actually go to the prison and feed some of the IPOB boys.
Let's take one more comment from the audience and we'll move.
Yeah.
Yes.
200 naira.
Questions.
Yes.
Number one is, what motivated you to give your life to Christ? Because something does not seem natural about the story. Something does not seem right.
Second question.
And number 2, why didn't you sue them for unlawful arrest?
And
And
detention.
enforcement of fundamental human rights.
I decided I don't want to sue anybody. I haven't been threatened.
All right, point taken.
I haven't been threatened. I decided I don't want to sue anybody. I want to correct the system instead. I want to go and see Idris. I want to go and see everybody that arrested me and change the system. With regards to the Christ thing, I'm tired of that question on the internet, okay? Because I said I didn't like the Bible, people think I'm atheist and all that. No.
The Bible in 2016.
I don't like some parts of the Bible, okay? But giving my life to Christ, I'm not one of those fake Pentecostals. I thought you were born again. I mean, born again, this, born again. Stay away from me. These guys are fake Pentecostals. They came to me when they saw that I've given my life to Christ. They were the same people castigating me. They want now to be my friend. No. I don't want you fake born again.
Okay, a few tweets. Comedian Prince Will says, Nigerians should stand for Kemi, but how do you stand for someone who tells you I'm for God today and tomorrow says, forget that nonsense talk about God? Someone that's fighting a man today and tomorrow says I was manipulated.
Another fake Pentecostal.
Omolaja Olatunji says, Kemi Olulunyo's energy is enchanting and she radiates so much energy. She needs to channel the energy to more positive things. The controversies are not healthy.
We have to round up very soon. Let's just take the question concerning...
So I wanted to go... what are you doing now? And there are a lot of controversies, surrounding you.
What am I doing now?
Yes.
You said I'm going to the Senate.
Yes, I think that you want to be governor of your state and you want to end up in the Senate. That's why she supports seeing that an ex-governor should
I run for governor? Should I run for Senate?
No.
I go meet my friends.
Stay a journalist.
No, I'm not a journalist anymore. What am I doing now? Just go to Instagram at Kemi Olulunyo. I'm doing health and wellness. And I'm also doing opinion journalism at Asian in Africa. Why do you
support homosexuality, though?
It's not about supporting homosexuality. I grew up abroad. Homosexuality is a right. Gay rights are human rights.
It's a crime in Nigeria.
It's a crime in Nigeria, but gay people abroad are your police officers, your teachers,
then you should
your
enforce the fundamental human rights abuse that you suffered in the police cell.
Well, I have to tell you, when all of you want to go to America, Abby, you get there, you go and castigate a gay person. It's 30 years in prison.
Okay, we have to round up, Kemi.
We're all the same. We bleed the same blood.
I want to ask this question before we round up. Your dad.
Yes.
What do you think he's proud of who you are and who you've become as an ex-good? And how do you feel he's proud of you today?
My father is intelligent. His IQ is almost 217, and I think my IQ is 207. Some people question that because Einstein is 140. Yeah, we're smarter than Einstein. My father's loud. He's everything I am today. We're very intelligent. Human encyclopedia. Ask me anything, I'll tell you right off my head. Einstein, quantum physics is gone. The space shuttle blew up 3 times in America. The Concorde took me to America for 3 hours. London, London,
Are
US,
you talking about
gone.
the same dad that you're accused of rituals?
Yes, my father has given his life to Christ.
Okay.
Yes,
so
he was
ritual happened or no? Yes or no?
Yes, politicians' children don't talk. My father was going to Ologun. And I knew it. Me confederal kanwo yokuni. But ogunten shetain politicians she stop it. My father gave his life to Christ at Redeem in London. Ayobami is a pastor in Redeem.
Right.
Yes. Fantastic. Speak out. Don't live in fear.
We have to round up, but we have 5 gifts from Just Right for those 5 of you that actually made comments. So it's a 5,000 naira gift voucher. Woo! What you do is you have to go to the nearest Just Right to buy something. I think by March 1st, that's tomorrow. So go shopping, 5,000 naira, free gift voucher from Just Right Superstores. Thank you very much. All right, have a fabulous day. We'll see you tomorrow.